Thanks for stopping by Pete's Garage. Well, we're going to continue building our Cobra here. And I'm at the step now where I want to put my doors on. And the directions look fairly straightforward, but it's not as easy as it looks as everything goes with this car. So let's take a look at the door. These doors are pretty heavy, by the way. This door, I bet this door weighs a good 20 pounds. There's a huge steel plate on the inside of here for crash protection. It goes up to the hinge. This is a pretty heavy duty door, so these doors are pretty heavy. So let's take a quick look at what the instructions say and what it really takes to mount this thing. Well, the instructions say start with the door latch, and the instructions say here the door liner has scribe marks showing the location of the striker slot. Remove by drilling interlocking holes and finish using a file. Alright, well here's my inner door liner. And guess what? No marks, no scribe marks. And this happens throughout the entire thing here. And what I need to do is, this is the striker, so this goes in here, and the striker's on the door frame. When you close the door, this locks, and then when you open it with the handle, that opens up. Now I can't put this against there as a template, but fortunately the passenger side is exact mirror opposite. So I can put this on here, and I can at least line up the holes with some screwdrivers here, and at least I can get that to line up. So now I have a good idea where the striker slot should roughly be. But I think before I do that, I'll drill my big hole. There's supposed to be a big hole here, access hole, 3.5 inch hole. I'll drill the access hole, make sure this is in the right spot, cut the latch, cut the slot for the latch and the striker, and then put the handle in, see if we can get this all done. Now I'm going to mount the latch inside here, and I'm going to use these 1/4 stainless steel screws. So I have to drill out the hole and then countersink to fit, so it fits nice and flush. Next up is to mount the handle. This is the handle that when you lift up, this pulls on the rod you put in here, and that's what pulls on the latch to release the latch. So now I gotta figure out how to mount this. I gotta drill a hole, cut the hole, then mount this in here somehow. This has got to go underneath, so I'll have to figure that out. Now that this is mounted, this is the way it's supposed to work. When you pull on the handle, that moves that. And you have your latch on the inside of the door. This is the other side, so it'll go this way. And then you got to put this rod in here. And this rod simply goes in this keeper, like that, and you put it on there. And all I have to do is measure this rod distance from the center of this hole to here, inside here, and put the rod in so we can have a working latch. So in order to get access to that support, you got to cut a slot in the body. And it's 16.5 inches from the floor. You draw a line, come down 5.5 inches, and then you come in here, you measure inside. What is it? I forgot what the measurement was. 1 3/4. So I'm going to cut this a little small, try it out. You can always make it larger, so that makes it easier. Also, I'm going to be cutting this with my air saw instead of a grinder. I could very easily use a grinder, come in here and cut this real fast, just really rip this out. But since it's fiberglass, this will make a huge mess. And I don't want a huge mess, so I'm just going to use the saw. As is with everything in this kit, the directions are very confusing. It doesn't open this way like the picture shows. It opens this way. And it was kind of hard to get that hinge to function that way. And I had to take the pin out of there and polish that down because it wouldn't fit right. trial and error, as has been the constant thing throughout this project, the hinge goes on the back side of the post. So now when the hinge opens, it makes more sense the way this slot is cut. Now it clears it completely. Everything's a guessing game here. So now I can set the door in place. We'll take a look how it fits on the inside. We'll shim it from the outside and we'll drill and tap our holes. Now after some adjustments, I have a fully functioning door which operates nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Now all we have to do is put the striker in the door jamb here so we can close and lock it. The alignment's pretty good all the way around. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it's definitely something, once I think it's closed, you can do the body work around and make it nice. Now putting in the striker for this, the striker is simply a bolt with a sleeve on it and a washer that'll sit in the door jamb just like this, and it's held by this bracket in the back which bolts up to the back, which will go down to the floor here, which makes it more secure. But as you can see, this doesn't fit flush. So before I can even do this, I have to grind out the back of this fiberglass here so I can get this to fit flush rather than on an angle. Alright, now that this fits more flush, I have my door exactly where I want it, so I can let that go for a second. I'll just come in here. I have the latch closed as if the door will be locked. I'm simply going to transfer a mark. Now I can drill that, mark my plate, and drill through both of those. Now for the bottom part, I got to bolt this down, but you can see that now this is on an angle. There's a gap in the back here, at least maybe, it's almost 1/4 of an inch, which means now I got to cut this and get this plate here on the bottom to lay flat so that I can bolt it down to the frame. There it is. Had to re-drill the hole so it falls on the frame member, which goes straight up and down here. These holes are off. I don't know how they'd have you mount it, but anyway, that's what I had to do to get it to work right. Well, there's one door installed. I just have to do the other side. Since I know what I have to do now, the other one should go a little faster. It seems like everything you do on these cars is a series of 8-hour projects. It took about 8 hours to put this door in. I have a feeling I'll put the other side in maybe about 5 or 6. I do have to do a little modification on the other side, but just got to repeat it, do the other side. If you want to stay up with the series and follow as long as I build this, please click on subscribe. And if you'd like to get a notification every time I upload a video, just click on the little bell next to the video and you'll be notified. Thanks for stopping by Pete's Garage.